Cedar Park, Texas live. It's Timberwolf Night in America. This is the Vype Live Network, and tonight more non-stop honking of the Cedar Park football horn. I am the V of the T, voice of the Timberwolves, Brad Cohn. It's our fourth show of the season, 111th show overall since we began doing this from my living room in 2012. We're live from Santa Catarina Mexican Restaurant on Cypress Creek Road, 200 yards west of Old 183. We'll be here till 9 o'clock. Come on over and join us. With me tonight, as always, the king of Laces Out, the former whiteout, member of our 2010 district championship team and regional finalist. He once won a staring contest with his own reflection. Panhandlers give him money. Lifetime Timberwolf Josh Willard.
Thank you so much, Brad. Let's go ahead and get me dialed in. There we go. Turn me up. That feels good. Oh, man, it feels so good to be back talking Timberwolf football after the bye week, and, was going a little stir-crazy with the daughter and the wife, so ready to get back to football.
No kid. And Josh Cargile is our quality assurance agent again tonight, closely and diligently monitoring the broadcast from the super-secret, high-tech, low-maintenance, ultra-modern, technically advanced, stealthily cloaked Vype studios, making sure we don't sound like a vomiting hyena. With us tonight, the Cedar Park linebackers, one of their coaches, Patrick Hayes. We have an extensive conversation with them starting at the top of the hour. This year's Booster Club sponsors, to pay them some heed: Toyota of Cedar Park, HEB, Rudy's Barbecue, Mungia Real Estate, Army Ant Moving, our touchdown sponsor, TJ Lewis Real Estate, Alzer's Barbecue, Wofford Bank, and this right here, Santa Catarina Mexican Restaurant. And here's what's on the menu for tonight's show. Josh will first start us off with the state of the program update. We'll review the Round Rock game from a week and a half ago now. And then we'll look at other scores of interest from these last 2 weeks, including the other 11 5A teams. We'll take a trip then through the wonderful world of Willard. Then at the top of the hour, we'll bring on the linebackers and Coach Patrick Hayes. We'll take a look at the season stats now that they've started accumulating, and then we'll play a fun trivia game with the guys. And in closing, a preview of our first district foe, Schwaztown. Now here's Josh, our state of the program update.
Excellent. So the all-time record for Cedar Park is now 203-73. I didn't stutter.
That's not
and
bad.
That's still 130 games over 500. They are now 55-29 in regular season non-district games, and the program is now 96-27 in home games, still 69 games over 500. As Cedar Park's record while playing as a top 10 ranked team is 93-17. Say that back one more time. 93-17 as a top 10 ranked team. And against 6A teams while playing as a 5A team, Cedar Park is 26-9. They still lead the all-time series with Round Rock 5-4, and they are now 62-5 at the GUP since opening in 2010. And I can honestly say, in my senior year, I didn't account for any of those losses.
That's terrific.
That's right.
I remember that year.
Yes, it was a decade ago. It was a long time.
All right, a quick trivia question out of the gate, Josh. Trivia is one of our favorite things to do here.
Ah, crap.
We are done with maybe it's one of my favorite things to do. We are done with the non-district portion of the schedule here in 21, and we went 1-2. Prior to this year, when was the last time Cedar Park went into district play carrying a losing record from non-district play?
2012, we went 1-2.
Well, we lost our first two, and at one point we were 1-2, but we played 4 non-district games.
Okay.
And won that one, so we were 2-2.
Okay. So I'm going to say, rephrase one more time.
Prior to this year, when was the last time Cedar Park went into district play carrying a losing record from non-district play?
God.
You should remember your junior season, 2009.
Whoa. Oh, when we dropped Westlake?
Open with a loss to Westlake. First game ever played at New Bible Stadium.
And then
won at Temple, corralling Lake Seastrunk for nothing. Then we lost at home to Garrett Gilbert and Lake Travis. But over the next several weeks, we'd win our last 6A district crown, highlighted by a regionally televised win over what was then the 8th-ranked team in the United States, Stony Point.
Yeah, my brother, Donut was his nickname. He was a fullback, and he was a blocking fullback. That guy was ridiculous, and sometimes I had to block him in practice or
at home.
Get sized up with him, and they would be like, never take him low. He's a starter. I was like, my brother, I'm going to take him out. So, it is what it is.
All right, a review of Round Rock now. Cedar Park found themselves looking up from the wrong end of the unmentionable stats September 10th against old foe Round Rock at the Gup, down 14-0 halfway through the second quarter. Now, let me explain the unmentionable stat to our newer fans. It's something we never refer to directly while calling a game for fear of jinxing it, but we do talk about it here on TNIA. That stat is this. Cedar Park has never lost a football game after taking a 14-point lead at any point in the game. But last Friday night, we're down by 14. A little different. Impressively, the Timberwolves stormed back, took a 17-14 lead into the fourth quarter, but sadly they lost that lead in the game 21-17. It was the first Round Rock victory in the series since 2005. Cedar Park had won 4 in a row and 5 of the last 6 going in, and with the loss, their lead in the series falls to, as Josh said a moment ago, 5 games to 4. Timberwolves continue to have trouble running the ball consistently, getting only 2.6 yards per carry against the Dragons. A couple of big plays netted Round Rock 1/3 of all of their total offense. 2 runs out of a total of 54 plays got 105 of their 317 total yards. It started out with a gift from them. A short Cedar Park kick fell to the ground. Round Rock never covered it, setting up Pell and Company at the Dragon 28. On the second play, a pick, and Round Rock was off the hook. Neither team could move. They punted at each other. Then on first play of their third possession, a lightning strike. Travion McCoy-Gay, who'd come into the game averaging just 12.8 yards per carry on the season, shot through a hole for 78 yards and a score. 3 straight punts from Cedar Park were sandwiched around 2 from Round Rock before the Dragons struck again. This time a 10-play, 63-yard drive capped off by a 13-yard scoring run from Tavoy Donaldson. Kick made it 14-0 Rock with 7:52 to play in the half. At this moment in the game, total ball movement for Round Rock was 146 yards to 14 for Cedar Park. But then something clicked. Josh Pell engineered a 9-play, 57-yard touchdown drive, culminating in an 18-yard scoring strike to Nick Gruyon. Raylon Barr's kick made it 14-7 with 1:39 to go in the half. Then the Black Rain rose up and spit a 3-and-out at the Dragon offense, their 4th of the game already. With less than a minute left, a terrific clock management drive from Cedar Park, moving the ball 60 yards in 6 plays to set up a half-ending 20-yard field goal from Barr, closing the gap to 14-10 at halftime. The Timberwolves had outgained Round Rock in the last 5 minutes of the half, 117-4. I didn't realize that at the time. That's pretty impressive. Cedar Park got the ball first in the second half and seemed to pick up right where they left off, shoving the ball downfield 49 yards in 12 plays, but missing a field goal attempt from the 38. Round Rock then went 35 yards in 8 plays, but the Black Rain stopped them on 4th down at the Cedar Park 44. Pell and Company went right back to work, knifing 56 yards in 7 plays, capped off by a Pell to Gruyon touchdown strike of 32 yards to take the lead. Barr's kick made it 17-14 with just over 14 minutes left in the game. At the moment of taking this lead, things look pretty good. Stymied the first quarter and a half, the offense is now rolling in their last 4 possessions. 3 scores and a missed field goal for 222 yards on 34 snaps, 6.53 yards per play. The kinds of averages in yards per play that our state championship teams put up, 6.5 yards a play. But that would be the end of the scoring for Cedar Park. The teams punted at each other again, but Cedar Park punted from inside the 10, and it only went 21 yards. Round Rock was set up at the Cedar Park 30 and jammed into the end zone in 6 plays, taking back the lead 21-17. Timberwolf offense responded, a 55-yard drive in 10 plays, but could not convert a 4th down at the Round Rock 25. There was still plenty of time, but the Timberwolves just couldn't get the ball back. Dragons methodically went 47 yards on 9 time-consuming plays. The Black Rain eventually taking the ball from them on a 4th down stop, the 3rd of the game, at the Cedar Park 18. But that was a long way to go with just seconds on the clock. 2 plays into the possession, an interception ended the game. Round Rock's stellar running back, listen to this. Travion McCoy-Gay came in tonight, like we said, averaging 12.8 yards per carry, one of the best numbers in the state. He did bust one early, that 78-yard touchdown sprint on his second carry. In his other 14 runs, the Black Rain, some of the guys sitting right here, held him to just 24 whole yards, 1.7 yards a carry. That is pretty neat. Now, on the other side of the ledger, despite good overall numbers by Cedar Park quarterback Josh Pell, he had an odd pattern that night. He started and ended very cold, extremely hot in the middle. At the beginning of the game, Pell went 1 for his first 8 for 4 yards and a pick. Fast forward to the end of the game, he went 1 for his last 6, also for 4 yards and a pick. But in between, Josh went 18 for 22 for 209 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's a weird night.
It was definitely a weird night, and Cedar Park was definitely riding the Cedar Ridge win coming into that game, and I feel like Cedar Park, had everything going for him into that game. And Round Rock, with Travion McCoy, he looked as good as advertised. As soon as he touched the football, he had that breakaway speed. And other than that 78-yarder that you mentioned, it was incredible to watch how the Black Rain completely bottled him and kept him inside the tackle box.
Didn't do anything else.
Nobody ever let him get outside. Big Murray Robinson, I mean, that dude was everywhere throughout the game, just disrupting the line of scrimmage and giving these linebackers an opportunity to make free plays without offensive linemen all over them. So defensively, what an unbelievable game to stick in it for 4 quarters and still give your offense an opportunity at the end of the game. And then offensively, man, we just got to get some drives going together. We got to finish them with
run the ball.
We got to finish with touchdowns, and that'll come with time. It's we got to get this group going with the same continuity, and the sky's the limit. But now that district has started, we need to really hone in. We need to get back to the basics, and we need to make sure that we can finish drives with touchdowns, so we give the defense a break and reward them for short field opportunities that we're getting because we're forcing them into 3-and-outs and punting from their own territory. We need to capitalize on those opportunities.
Now we're talking about Travion McCoy-Gay. Here is each carry. He had the 78-yarder the second time he touched it. Carry number 9 was for 11 yards. Here are all the others. 2, -5, 2, 1, 4, 0, -4, 1, 4, -6, 1, 7, and 6. So 1, 2, 3 carries for negative yardage.
And that's just not unnormal for the Cedar Park Black Rain. That's just what we do. If they have a hero per se, Cedar Park is really good at making sure that he does absolutely nothing. And just like this game with Travion McCoy, he had that breakaway speed. Other than that 178-yarder, we had him completely bottled up. But goodness gracious, Round Rock was so good with the play fake. Oh,
yep.
They carried out their play fake so good. They had me fooled so many times on the play-by-play call. I do apologize for that.
And although McCoy-Gay was, for the most part, bottled up, except that one run, they did still run the ball well with other guys. They ended up with 270 on 46, which is 5.87 yards a carry. Not very little of that was through Travion McCoy-Gay. But they did not throw well. They just went completely
we knew that
5 passes for 47 yards. So that was a nice number for the defense. Here are the individual stats for us. Kevin Adams, 14 carries, 19 yards. We got a block for that man.
Golly.
He is a good running back, much better than a 1.4 yard per carry average. Pell, most of this was him just ad-libbing. 8 carries for 68, an 8.5 average, but again, it's not part of the rushing game. Tyree Nicholson, 8 carries for 10 yards, 1.3 yards per carry. So when our running backs running plays, less than a yard and a half per carry against Round Rock.
Yeah, I mean, that hurts because, this running back group, we had them on TNIA the week before the game, and, I mean, what a good group that's, gone through from their sophomore year to the senior year with Coach Lanny, and, golly, please give Kevin some blocking. We got to get it going, and through district, that was a great look through those non-district games. Great 6A teams, a lot of size on that defensive line.
Now, we have been missing 2 guys up front, Cole Valiente and Connor Mason, and they're back now. So that might answer the
there's more. That's what I'm talking about. We need that.
Yeah.
We need that.
Receiving-wise, Nick Gruyon, another great night. 2 touchdowns of his 9 catches for 155.
So jealous.
17.2 yard per catch average. Kevin caught 1 for 4. Joseph Edwards, 4 for 23. Carter Well, 4 for 24. Grant Nichols, 2 for 11.
I mean, I'm pretty jealous of Grant Nichols. 2 receptions, 11 yards. That's more in my career at Cedar Park.
By 11 yards?
Yeah, and 2 receptions.
But
I'm telling you, I laid the rule outside.
He didn't get on as many scoring plays as you got in on that.
That's right.
All right, here's some observations. We're updating the school record book, which I keep. Sent these off to Coach earlier. Josh Pell's 285 yards. The total offense against the Rock was the 40th most for an individual in one game in program history. Now, remember, that doesn't sound so great. 40th most. But considering we've played, 276 games, and there's 8 or 10 guys putting up total yardage numbers in each game, we're talking about a couple of thousand entries, and he's 40th.
Unbelievable.
It's pretty good. So remember that when we get some of these numbers. A couple of thousand is what these numbers are at. Pell's 36 passes attempted is the 16th most in program history in one game. Gruyan's 9 catches against Round Rock ties several other performers for the 5th most receptions in a single game at Cedar Park. Gruyan's 24 catches this season are already tied for the 24th most ever in any single Cedar Park season. Yeah, let's turn that down a little bit right there. Did you hear that one?
Yeah, Shysta.
Wow.
Gruyan, 24 catches this season, already tied for the 24th most ever.
In a season.
He's bragging. He's bragging and having fun with it.
So all of those single season records set by all those guys last year, they're already at risk.
Ugh.
All right, Gruyan's 155 receiving yards against Round Rock combined with his 175 against Cedar Ridge give him 2 of the top 10 single-game individual receiving yard totals in program history, and they're 2 of his 3 games ever played.
And we have district to go through.
Gruyan's 90 second-half receiving yards versus Round Rock was his 7th most in Cedar Park history in a half. With his 111 in the second half versus Cedar Ridge the week before, he has 2 of the top 7 receiving halves in school history already, and he's only played 3 games.
Oh, my goodness.
Something's really clicking
Just
there.
pile it on. Just pile it on.
The 47 passing yards allowed Round Rock were the 23rd fewest in program history, the 5th fewest in a loss. The 270 rushing yards allowed Round Rock, actually the 15th fewest in program history.
Not bad.
Seems like a lot, but it's the 15th fewest we've ever allowed. The 78-yard touchdown run by Travion McCoy-Gay was the 8th longest run ever allowed by the C Park defense. Don't want to see those numbers.
Literally would love to have that play back, as so many Timberwolves were there in position.
Another very rare occurrence statistically happened in this game. Cedar Park lost when holding a lead going into the 4th quarter. Since this stat has been tracked by us, starts in 2005, the program went into that night 148-4 when leading going into the 4th quarter. Now 148-5. That one hurts.
Yeah, that hurts.
All right, here's a look at District 11-5A D1 scores from over a week ago. Remember, we all had the district-wide bye this last week. Of course, Cedar Park 17, Round Rock 21. Anderson 45, Westwood 14. That was a surprise to me.
A very surprise.
It looked like Westwood had been playing pretty good, and we keep thinking about Anderson going down to us 82-0 last year, and look at that. They've got 99 points, the Trojans do, in their last 2 games. Georgetown 13, Liberty Hill 17.
God, that feels so good. I mean, because my address, I'm at 29 and Ronald Reagan. So
you're right between.
I'm a Georgetown address. I'm Leander Utilities. I'm Liberty Hill Schools.
Somebody lives in the eastern bedroom of your house goes to Georgetown. In the western bedroom, they go to Liberty Hill.
Right. So any chance we can stick it to Georgetown, I'm all for that.
Manor 20, Full Shear 14. They're
nice win.
Away. It's a long way to go. Pflugerville 22, Glen 7.
Good. I'm so glad Pflugerville's good again.
Weiss 54, Rouse 20. Rouse have been playing well, and Weiss now averaging 46 points a game.
Bring it.
Leander 37, Cedar Creek 9. Leander's JV could have beaten Cedar Creek 37-9. Hendrickson 17, Belton 14. That's actually a real upset. 6A Belton's a pretty solid team. So interestingly, 2 of the historically best programs in district, Cedar Park and Georgetown, are the only 11-5A teams to lose in their most recent games. Both lost by 4 points in the final quarter. The district almost had an undefeated week. So the district's now 13-11 on the season. Here are the current records of 11-5A teams and their next opponents. Pflugerville 3-0, and they are at 1-2 Anderson to start district play. Leander's 2-1. They're hosting 2-1 Manor. Manor and Leander, they're 2-1. Weiss is also 2-1. They are at 1-2 Hendrickson. Anderson is 1-2. They're at Pflugerville. Or excuse me, they're hosting Pflugerville at Nelson Field. Oh, that's awful. We're going to have to go there. Cedar Park's 1-2. We are at 1-2 Georgetown. Georgetown's 1-2. Hendrickson 1-2, playing 2-1 Weiss. Somebody take a picture. We don't get humbled like this very often, but there's no one in the district underneath us in the season record department at this particular moment. This is extremely rare. In fact, the 3 teams that I thought would be the best 3 in the league during the summer are the 3 on the bottom of this current picture: Cedar Park, Georgetown, Henderson. So there goes my credibility.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, truly, take a picture. This is just not something we're used to, and just don't get comfortable.
Because it won't last.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't get comfortable, because Cedar Park's going to make a run.
And now let's take a look at some other scores of interest from last week. Anybody notice, though, that the 3 6A teams that we played non-district, what their record is now? 10-2. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so 2 weeks ago, September 10th, Barbers Hill 51, Houston Heights 26. Why is that important? Carl Absack's team got their first win. Vandergrift 45, San Angelo Central 13.
Yeah.
Westlake 59, Mansfield Summit 21. Cedar Ridge 48, Hayes 13. Cedar Ridge is good. That's going to turn out being a prestigious win for us.
God, but lost to Round Rock last week.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Mm.
Stony Point 42, Del Valle 7, Temple 60, Hutto 53. That feels good. Rockwall 59, Lake Travis 35.
Drain the lake.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'll never get over it. Screw Lake Travis. This is Cedar Park people over here. We're all good.
Used to be a big rivalry, the Eastern Shore versus the Western Shore. Dripping Springs 49, Lockhart 15. Longview 46, Tyler Legacy, which is Tyler Lee, Joe Willis's school now. Longview beat them 46-20. Canyon Lake 32, Eastview 19. Lovejoy, Chris Ross's new team, 69-21 over Princeton, an Ivy League. They play an Ivy League team?
Hey-o.
They probably could beat an Ivy League team. LBJ over Waco La Vega. It's a team that's won several state championships fairly recently, 28-7.
No, but then their game right after.
Yeah, we'll get to that. That's for next week. Wimberley 45-21 over Lampasas, and then Mount Vernon 42, Pewitt 16. Why is that important?
Go Tigers. That's my brother as a head coach. Go Tigers.
Now, last week, Barbers Hill had the bye, so they're 1-2 going into district play for Coach Absack. Vandy over Stony Point 56-21. They're just crapping points on everybody, so we don't feel too bad there. Westlake had the bye. Cedar Ridge 21, Round Rock 13. What do you know? Cedar Ridge now 3-1. They only lost to us, and to me, that's proof.
Round Rock won that game, right?
Oh, I thought Cedar Ridge won.
Round Rock, Cedar Ridge?
That's the score they had at Texas football. Yeah, Cedar Ridge won.
What a steal.
To me, that's more proof we should have beat Round Rock. We handled Cedar Ridge.
Yeah, I thought it was the other way around.
The float. Vandergrift 56, Stony Point 21. We already had. Hutto 44, Westwood 21. Lake Travis 45, San Marcos 6. Dripping Springs 48, New Braunfels Canyon 45. Ooh, a basketball game. Tyler Legacy, Joe Willis had a bye. Eastview had a bye. Lovejoy, Chris Ross 49, Denison 7. Denison's not a bad program.
Not at all.
He's running up points on everybody he plays. LBJ 41, Liberty Hill 34.
God, I really tried to convince my wife to let me go to that game on that last Thursday night.
Was it in Liberty Hill?
It was.
Oh, man. I should have gone. Wimbo 30, Fredericksburg 16, McCallum 23, Tivy 15. And here's the score of the week. 3A Smithville 78, 4A Austin Crockett 7.
God. I wonder if the backups, when did they get in the game?
Or 3A.
When did the backups get in?
First quarter, probably.
Hopefully.
Oh, and Mount Vernon Brad had to bye. So what do you think? The brother's doing good.
Coach Dub, undefeated, man. After taking over Coach Bryles, filling in well. I think he's got an opportunity maybe to come back to LISD next year.
Oh, I don't want him coaching some other LISD team.
That would be pretty sweet.
Don't mind him coming to Austin. I don't want him coaching Leander or somebody against us.
Oh, I know.
Maybe Vista Ridge.
God, what if we could infiltrate from within?
All right, now it's off to see the Willard, the wonderful Willard of Oz. Here we go on another fascinating voyage through the wonderful world of Willard.
Man, it was such a good bye week. Did you have a good bye week?
I had a good bye week.
I had a good bye week, too. I was able to throw my daughter's second birthday party Everything went off without a hitch. It was at a trampoline park. Nobody had a broken bone.
Oh.
Everybody was good.
No concussions.
It was just very hard to do, though, because that was in the middle of all the Sunday action that was happening. The Cowboys taking on the Chargers and the thriller there at the end. And the kicker coming through.
Yeah, who choked in the previous game. Yeah.
Goodness gracious. But did you know about those Carolina Panthers from North Carolina?
The ones from North Carolina?
Undefeated.
Oh, what do you know?
That's right.
As soon as they got rid of Cam Newton, they're going to be all right.
Don't even say that. That's still my QB1. I got Cam. That's my QB1. If he wants to come back to Carolina, we'll take him right now.
The Patriots
no
will be all
questions
right
asked.
now, too, since they did the same thing.
Okay, Brad. You don't have to say hurtful things. But still, at the end of the day, so proud of the Panthers. Matt Rule, Joe Brady, they're doing great things in Carolina, undefeated, now just beat a divisional rival against the Saints. So that was a big win for our Carolina Panthers. And it was crazy, though, in the bye week, Jameis Winston was just the absolute perfect feature for stupid is or stupid does.
Speaking of the Saints.
After his 5-touchdown performance against the Green Bay Packers, Tom Rinaldi was on the field, had some great questions, and Jameis gave us this gem of a quote.
All right,
I'm going to go ahead and just play this one real quick.
Let's hear.
The defense stood up and they showed out.
How did the defense in the running game give overall shape to the way this played out, Jameis?
I just think we were prepared. One thing my trainer, he told me, he said, what did he say? He just told us to be prepared. He said, pressure is for the unprepared. So you let me know, man, we were prepared. I told the guys, I related to them, I said, hey, pressure is for the unprepared. No matter where we've been in Dallas, no matter about the hurricane relief.
So
there's a lot of detail there. He said be prepared, and we were prepared.
Just prepared. I love
Jameis. That's some concise analysis.
I love Jameis. If he's not throwing 5 interceptions in 5 touchdowns, he's giving us gems in the post-game interviews. So shout out to Jameis because you're getting featured on TNIA for Stupid Is or Stupid Does, brother.
Are you stupid or something?
I'm saying stupid is or stupid does.
Lordy McLordy. All right, there's the wonderful world of Willer. We're going to take a short break here, and when we return, our guests, the linebackers, and their coach Patrick Hayes. Stick around. You're listening to Timberwolf Night in America live from Santa Catarina Restaurant right here on the Vype Live Network.
Experience the difference at Toyota of Cedar Park, one of the Austin area's newest automobile dealerships. Their new vehicle department will always stock the newest Toyota models you need. The pre-owned vehicles they choose must each pass a rigorous inspection and be in tip-top shape before they make it to their lot or website for you to see. And if you're looking for budget-friendly Toyota certified used vehicles, they've got you covered. And you can rest easy knowing that the best new cars make the best used cars. That's Toyota of Cedar Park at toyotaofcedarpark.com.
A premier real estate brokerage in Central Texas, Mungia Real Estate's innovative buy-sell process results in their listings selling faster than the Austin average. Their attention to clients sets Mungia apart from other brokerages with creative marketing strategies, savvy negotiation skills, and a commitment to hard work and excellent customer service. Whether it's residential, single-family, multifamily, condos, commercial, or vacant land, Mungia Real Estate knows the Austin market and connects buyers with sellers every day. And they do it with professionalism. Mungia Real Estate at 512-922-4267 or mungiarealestate.com. That's MUNGIA.
At WaFd Bank, formerly Washington Federal, working together isn't new for us. We've been awarded America's Best Big Bank by Newsweek. From digital options, touchless transactions, and increased nonprofit contributions to help our neighbors, we're here for you. Our bankers approved more than 9,000 PPP loans to keep small businesses going during the pandemic. WaFd Bank is a local bank and portfolio lender with more than 200 branches in 8 states to serve you. 24/7 online and mobile banking with mobile check deposits, over 32,000 ATMs, free checking. WaFd Bank, your local bank for personal and business banking at wafedbank.com or 800-324-9375.
Welcome back, episode 4, Timberwolf Night in America for 2021, live from Santa Catarina on Cypress Creek Road here in Cedar Park. I'm Brad Cohn, joined by Josh Willard, Josh Cargile, our QA tonight here on the Vype Live Network. And now, our special guest tonight, the linebacking core, and one of their coaches, Patrick Hayes. And Patrick, you're here representing both coaches. I guess Brent Britton coaches inside backers, I guess it is, and you coach the outside backers? Is that how it goes? The other way around, okay. So, Coach, your first year here at Cedar Park.
Yes, sir.
How did that happen? Where were you last year?
I was at Stony Point High School for the past 7 years. So Darren Shaw is an old friend of mine. I'm sure you guys know him.
Uh-huh.
I worked for him at Anderson High School, and
Wow.
he told me there was an opening for Coach Pollard's position that he was leaving. And so it was an opportunity to work with Coach Shaw again, and then obviously he chose to retire, which I
didn't know he retired.
He had given me a hint that he was going to retire, and so he brought me over to Cedar Park this year.
Well, that's terrific. Tell folks, since you're one of the new coaches on the staff, let's give them your, the 2-minute version of your life story. Where you're born, where you're raised, where you go to high school, where you go to college, where you coached before here besides Stony Point.
Sure. I was born in San Antonio, but I grew up in Round Rock. Went to elementary, middle school, and high school in Round Rock. I went to college at Trinity University in San Antonio. From there, went to Texas State, got my master's, and then started working at Spring High School in Houston. I coached there for 4 years. Then was able to come back to Austin, which is where I wanted to be. Got a job at Anderson with Darren Shaw.
So what year was that?
When
what
I was at
football
Anderson?
season was that? Yeah.
Oh, boy. The record was not good.
Well, that's okay. I'm just trying to get in my mind about the time frame.
Let's see, so about 8 years ago.
8 years ago?
I think it was 2014. We did not play Cedar Park that year.
Yeah.
And then from Anderson, I went to Stony Point for 7 years, and then Cedar Park now.
Now, when you were at Anderson, was Gilbert Prather there?
Yes, he was.
I know him well. He was
Great
our
guy.
founding baseball coach here for the first 6 years.
Absolutely.
Terrific guy.
Absolutely.
Glad to see he's still doing well and coaching guys in places. So, Coach, did you play you played high school football for Round Rock?
I did.
What position?
I played corner and safety in high school, and then I played at Trinity. I played a little bit of safety, and then I finished at linebacker.
So what was your senior year at Trinity?
My senior year at Trinity, outside linebacker.
And what football season? What year is that?
2006.
6, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you're still a young whippersnapper by my
count. For the most part. Hanging on.
What is your first impression when you showed up of the guys you're going to coach your linebacking corps?
Great kids, first and foremost. So in the spring I coached a different position. And when Coach Quintero came in, we were shuffling things around, and he was trying to get his staff together. And he gave me an option. He gave me a choice of a position group, and I had known these guys from talking with them and watching them play in the spring. And I said, I'd love to coach the inside backers because I know the kind of kids they are, and I know the way they play. And so it's been a lot of fun.
All right, we're going to start talking to them now. This is not necessarily the order they're going to be talking with us, but here's who's here tonight so you'll know. Charlie Glenn, Ethan Becker, Brady Ellsworth, Jake McAnally, Reed Roberts, right? Did I miss anybody? Right? Okay, so who's first? Give them your name and your number.
Jake McAnally, I'm number 31.
Jake McAnally, 31. Called his name a lot last year. Jake, you were in on a lot of defensive plays last year, a lot of snaps.
Yeah, I played a lot in the second half of most of the games last year.
Fun season, huh?
Not as much. You still got in.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Got a lot of experience.
Yeah, a lot of experience.
Now, among the linebackers, do you have the most experience coming into this season?
Yeah, I think I do have the most experience. Most of them, a couple of them came up in the playoffs, and a little bit during the regular season, but most of them haven't played on varsity at all.
So does it feel like maybe are you being looked to provide a little bit of experience as a leader for this corps?
Yeah, definitely.
You're a senior, right?
Yeah, I'm a senior, and then like Becker is also in Cockrell. They're also had some experience, so people look for them too.
Well, so as a senior captain, as a linebacker, are you more vocal or are you more lead by example?
I usually, in the past, have been more lead by example, but this year I've been working on getting more vocal with everyone and stuff, and I think I've been doing a better job.
What's the favorite thing about being a linebacker on a high school football team?
It's pretty easy when you got Big Murr in front of you, so it's kind of fun to go just make a lot of tackles and hit everyone.
God, that's so awesome.
Damages, you can go take them out.
Yeah.
God, he is so nice. Okay, so honestly, though, Cedar Park, y'all still doing morning practices, is that right?
Yeah.
Who's the last linebacker ready to go in the morning?
Charlie. Either one of them.
Sorry, brother.
Who's the first one out?
Sometimes, usually me, honestly. I'm usually the first one out.
What's your favorite moment in a game as the Cedar Park Timberwolves so far?
Probably last year against Anderson. I had to pick 6.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's right. I remember that now.
I think I got married on that week, so I was not at that game, unfortunately.
They didn't miss much. 82 points.
I know.
It's like a touchdown every 4th snap, I think we calculated.
There was a running clock in the second half. Is that right?
There was.
That's awesome.
Could have been 100. Yeah. All right, Jake. So a senior, what are your plans after high school? What are you going to be doing?
I'm still planning on what I want to do, where I want to go to college, but I want to study business, and then I'm looking at like Texas Tech, and then I like Ole Miss and some other schools. Like I was down at Florida this weekend because I was at the Florida-Alabama game, so that was pretty fun to see.
You were there, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. You did you want to come in at linebacker during that 2-point conversion? For
just suit up, dude.
And I could, but they're pretty big, so.
You got it. It's all about angles, baby. That's a Cedar Park way.
How close were you to the action? How were you?
We were on like the 7th row, but in the end zone.
Oh.
But it was still pretty
Was
close.
it the end zone where the 2-point conversion was?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's hot.
That's
hot.
terrific. That's terrific. All right, Jake McAnally, senior linebacker, is our first guest. We're going to go, let's go ahead and just slide this way, I guess, and give them the mic here. Give it over and tell everybody your name and your number so they know who they're listening to.
So I'm Charlie Glenn, and my number's 32.
Nice.
32, okay. You a senior, Charlie?
I am a senior, yeah.
So what do you plan on doing with yourself when all this is done?
So I'm really just filling in for Jake, waiting for an opportunity if I need to get in. I just love to practice and play the game, really.
You're my guy. You're my kind of guy. I was a scout team warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love practicing baseball too. As a middle infielder, I could have taken grounders and thrown balls at first for 5 hours.
There's nobody that's going to give him a better look than me. We have the same personality. Love it.
So Charlie, what schools do you think you're going to go into when you're done?
So I've really been planning on just going to Texas Tech. My brother's been going there for the past 4th year now. He's in his senior year as well.
That's okay. You can take a victory lap if you want.
Yeah, that's really where I want to go.
Did he play here?
He did play at Cedar Park. Yeah, he was his sophomore year was 15, so he went to state with them.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was a good year.
That was so fun calling that game.
So Charlie, who, in your opinion, in the linebacking core, who's the funniest guy?
Funniest guy's got to be Reed Roberts.
Reed Roberts,
love it.
Funniest guy.
Get your joke prepared.
Get your routine ready.
That's right.
You got a couple people in front of you.
Love it.
All right, that's a good deal. So Charlie, what's your favorite moment so far? I know you've been backing up Jake mostly, so your favorite moment maybe not during a game, but what's your favorite moment about
this
being
year? It was against what's it called?
I hope it's Vandegrift.
No, it was against Round Rock, right?
Okay, that's fine.
The defensive stop on like the 5-yard line. It was crazy.
Holy cow!
Craziest stop by them.
That was insane.
You guys on defense had a couple of good stops to that offense that night. What is it, 3 4th down stops? They're terrific.
Yeah,
terrific
it was
job.
crazy game.
What's the favorite thing you like to do as a linebacker?
I love to just fill gaps and hit. Hitting is one of my favorite parts of the sport.
Love that.
Yeah, I love contact.
Yes.
Was it last season? Last season and the season before when we had the defensive line on here, we would ask. They said this both times, and I had forgotten they'd said it the first time. I said, what is their favorite aspect of being a defensive lineman in a good high school football program? Is it violence?
Yeah. Honestly.
That's awesome.
So you mentioned this a minute ago. What's it like to have those violent guys? We got a couple, 2 or 3 violent guys in front of you tearing up their O-line for you.
Yeah, we got Big Murr and Fergie off the end. Fergie's a beast, too. He's just as big as Ferg, faster. He can get off the edge real quick and create some extra plays for us, which is awesome to see.
That's great. That's great. All right, Charlie Glenn, number 32, also a senior. Let's move everybody down and see who we got next. Say your name and number into the mic there so everybody knows who we're hearing.
All right, my name is Ethan Becker, number 34.
Nice. Dude, you've been all over the place. So is this your first year on varsity?
Well, so last year I split time, so I would go 1 week on JV and then I played 1 week on varsity. So I actually did get quite a few reps on varsity, especially in the second half for district, and then I got a lot of special teams reps.
And that's what I don't think the speed is fast for you? Because I feel like you've fit in and you've been a great compliment to Jake and the defensive line. You've been flying all over the place, making plays in the backfield, as well as getting back out in coverage. So just a huge fan.
Ethan, you a senior, right?
I am a senior, yes, sir.
Did you get to play in the state championship game?
I did not, no.
I didn't either.
Maybe this year. Maybe we're playing it this year. Ethan, who would you say is the best singer among the linebackers?
The best singer?
Ooh.
He's not here tonight.
Ooh.
I'm going to have to go Hudson Glaze.
Hudson Glaze.
Wow.
What kind of singing is he? What's he good at singing?
He'll just be in the locker room and he'll start rapping or something silly, and he'll
Love it.
He'll just start singing out of nowhere, and it's always fun. Just in the mornings, you wake up and you'll come in and you'll just hear Hudson jumping around, singing, and you're like, all right, it's gonna be a good day.
What's your best play as a linebacker at Cedar Park? Remember it? What was it?
My best one probably came this year against Vandergrift. It was Dylan Rogers came in, flew in, and knocked the ball out from their running back, and I came in and jumped on it, and I had like 8 guys just jump on top of me, and then we all just ran to the sideline together with the ball in my hand, and it was just, the energy was crazy.
That's awesome.
I bet.
That's the crap you'll never forget,
I know,
man.
they'll take that.
That's awesome.
You'll be telling your grandkids about that one time.
Oh yeah, 100%.
One time I fell on a fumble. You'll be doing that. I swear you'll be doing that.
Won't tell them the final score though, of course.
Yeah, well, we won't tell them that. Don't tell them that. We usually beat Vandergrift. We're playing one of our rivals who we usually beat, and I fell on a fumble. Well, that's how you
Dude,
do
I don't
it.
care what Vandergrift says. They're still little brother.
Still our little brother.
No, don't worry about it.
Being another senior, the future's coming quick. What do you plan on doing with yourself?
I went on a visit to Tech this last week, and I've already been accepted there.
Hey.
And then I'm still waiting on my answer from A&M. I'm hoping to get accepted there. That's probably my number one choice.
So you would go to A&M instead of Tech if A&M took you?
Definitely, yeah. A&M.
Studying what? In both schools, same thing?
Following in my dad's footsteps, be a civil engineer.
God, that's awesome.
We need that. We need that.
Yes.
That's outstanding. We need more
As a hot tub salesman, we need more of those. We need that.
Fewer sociologists.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
That's how you produce from Cedar Park.
That's how you do it. All right. Thanks a lot. Ethan Becker, we'll be calling his name out a lot in subsequent games, getting a lot of playing time. All right, let's slide the team over again, and let's see who the next guy is. Give us your name and number, and also tell us your class.
What's up, guys? My name is Brady Elford. I'm number 30. We all got 30 numbers in the linebacker crew.
I noticed that.
Love it.
And I'm a junior this year.
Junior, all right. I love guys who are coming back.
Have you always played linebacker, like from Pop Warner on, or?
Yes, sir. Pretty much that and running back, because those are 2 main positions.
You just like to hit.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
About last year, I kind of solidified my spot at
Are you from the Cedar Park area originally?
I was born in Georgia, started there, and then
always
I came
on my mind.
to Texas. And
I'm from North Carolina. You know about Bojangles, maybe?
I do not.
Okay. It's so good. Okay, Brad Boschel, we need to get him a mic later.
Okay. Well, what is it?
We can hash out Bojangles later.
Okay.
But yeah, I moved to Cedar Park about 3rd grade. I've been here the rest of my life.
Always been a linebacker, or have you moved around?
Yes, sir.
What do you like about being a linebacker?
I guess the same answer kind of gets passed around. We get to hit people. And
I know. You know, when you see, I don't know, it's a TV show and they're talking about football players, and it might not even be a football, it could be a sitcom or whatever. But when they're wanting to evoke a tough football player, they always say, he's a linebacker for a fill in the blank.
Yep.
You guys are the guys known as the assassins, the killers. Now, these guys in front of you, they kind of soften up the artillery. You know, they're the artillery that soften up for you, and you come in, pound people.
We got to give them the credit, too.
That's got to be fulfilling to really pound somebody.
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite play now in Cedar Park?
Well, it's my first year on varsity, so I'd have to say our game against Cedar Ridge. I came in on a blitz and got a strip sack, which led to a touchdown, so that was pretty rewarding.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Did Reed take that one?
Yeah, Reed Vine scoop and scored on that one. So you're the one who got the fumble.
Yes, sir.
I didn't see who that was when it happened. I couldn't call that one out in the stack of people there. All right, Brady Ellsford, a junior. Now, you got a little ways to go before you got to make decisions for the future, but have you been thinking about it?
I mean, I've been to A&M, done a couple A&M visits because my sister's been there, and I think it's pretty cool. I just went to one of those midnight yells.
God, it's such a cult.
It is.
Just be careful.
It's all
You got a light
it's all
coat.
Just be
been thinking.
careful. I mean, you could do that, but just be careful.
But yeah, I think A&M's probably one of the top choices right
What are you interested in studying there?
now.
And don't say girls.
Hey-yo. Texas State, 7-1.
Because that's the default.
7-1 ratio.
Maybe some sort of engineering.
Yeah? Good.
So my
That's,
sister's
again,
doing.
we need those kind of professions. That's what America needs. All right, Brady Ellsford, number 30, a junior. We'll have him back next year.
That's
Yes,
good to
sir.
know.
Now let's scoot him over again. I think the only one left on my list is Reed Roberts, so that must be you, Reed.
Hi, I'm Reed Roberts, number 33.
Funniest linebacker.
Yes, sir, and I'm a senior.
That's right.
Most of the guys here tonight, seniors. Reed, what do you plan on doing later in life?
Well, I'm applying to every school in Texas, basically, and I originally did have engineering down, but calculus is kicking my butt right now, so
Yeah.
I might not be able to do that math.
It
I'm
tends to do.
Way over my
I'm
head.
switching right to business.
Yeah.
I was about to make a point to you, Josh, and now I couldn't. It just flew right out of my head. So, I know what it was. I asked him before you got here if he's related to Ryan Roberts, but no.
Rhino. Rhino.
Character, first name that begins with an R, last name Roberts. I thought,
Best cornerback in
that's a
Cedar
brother.
Park history. I'm just saying, Rhino.
Right now.
Rhino.
So, Reed, have you been in Cedar Park most of your life, or did you come in, move
Yes,
in? Or?
I lived in this area my whole life. My dad wanted to move here. He said it was a good high school, good community, so he put us there, and I've been here since.
Oh, great. That's terrific. We can use folks like you and your family. What's your dad do for a living?
He's a concrete salesman from a company called Martin Marietta.
Ah,
And
yeah.
my mom's a principal at River Ridge Elementary down in
Whoa.
Snyder.
Ah.
Whoa. Never mind. Question. So, linebackers, I know receivers, that's what I played. We did one-on-ones with corners. Do y'all do one-on-ones with running backs? Or what do y'all do one-on-ones or anything like that?
Well, we have, so what we do is we do like a screen drill. It's called 3-on-3s.
Love it.
And on the other side, we'll do one-on-ones with running backs, basically. Yeah, we'll do
Okay,
the
so
run
when
outside.
you see the running back in the backfield of Cedar Park, which one you're matched up in one-on-ones, you're like, I got this? Is it Mundell?
Oh, it's got to be Mundell. He
That's all right. Throw him under. That's
He
okay.
the ball a lot.
Okay.
That's okay.
There you go.
We need that.
So, Reed, what's your favorite moment on the field so far?
Well, so I've enjoyed. I don't want to repeat any of what they've saying, but I'll go with my favorite moment, like I've seen since I've been here, like out of all Cedar Park, and that was when Ryder ran that touchdown against Hutto for that district championship.
Oh yeah.
That was the funnest moment I've seen.
Yeah, that was electric.
A lot of good comebacks engineered by
Yeah.
that guy. Not even playing football anymore. Some stupid coach is missing out at the next level, isn't he?
Too soon. Too soon.
I was watching Texas State, and they lost to Incarnate Word, and I'm thinking, Ryder just needs to go rock on there. He'd boot out all their quarterbacks immediately. Oh, well. Let's not talk about him anymore. He's gone. Let's talk more about Reed Roberts. So, Reed, you're a senior, so what are you thinking about doing later on?
Like I said, I don't really know. I'm just applying to all the colleges, see which one gives me the most money, honestly.
There you go. There you go.
And I'll go
So,
there.
do you have like a family favorite? Mom and dad went somewhere?
Yeah.
Maybe they're pushing you?
So my mom went to UT, so she's big on that, and I'm applying there to see what happens. But honestly, that would probably be my top school because we've had season tickets for the Longhorn games since I was little. So I've been to so many games I can't even count.
Thank goodness for the SEC, you can finally get a good home game.
Yeah.
Where are the family seats for your season tickets?
So it's on to the side of one of the end zones, about like 30 rows up. It's pretty good. We've had them forever. It's
Yeah,
been
there's
fun.
not a bad seat.
I've been
in
to
the
a lot
house
of crazy
either.
games.
After they've redesigned it, there's really not a bad seat in the
Yeah.
house. All right, Reed Roberts. Who's going to be, in your opinion anyway, who's going to be the best musician?
Musician?
Among the linebackers. We did singer, dancer. What about
Singer.
somebody play the keyboard, or guitar, or drums, or anything?
Can anybody play anything?
Maybe not. I mean, it's kind of
I feel
unusual.
like Brady can figure it out. I hear him singing a lot, so he can figure it out.
What do you call these things? The little Mexican things that you snap, snap, snap. Maybe you can play those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what you call those too. So, Reed, any shout-outs you want to give to anybody?
Who want me to shout out? Who? No, I don't got any shout outs.
Okay. And one
Not
last,
off the top of my head.
one last question is, linebackers, a lot of duties. Of course, stopping the run is what you would all say is the most fun because you get to plow into somebody who's coming at you. But dadgummit, sometimes we put those slot receivers out there, and you got to go out there and do pass coverage. Do you really hate that, or any of you like doing that? You like the challenge of that, or what?
No, I like trying to bait the quarterback into making a bad pass and picking it off, hopefully.
Yeah. All right, let's try to pass you guys for the mic because I forgot to do something that I have done with Reed, and that's ask if you want to give any shout-outs. So let's one at a time come back by the mic and see if we want to give any shout-outs out.
All right, well, Brady's back on the mic, and just want to give a shout-out to my my woman back at home. She's been with me for a year and a month now, and making life great.
There you go.
I understand your woes.
Well, thank you.
All right, who else wants to get a shout out?
All right, it's Jake again. I'm gonna shout out my mom and dad.
Yeah.
Big Murr, Mad Dog, and then the whole Black Rain and troop.
Yeah, there you go. All right, anybody else with a shout out?
I actually do have one.
Okay.
It's Ethan back on the mic. I'm going to give a shout out to my family, Black Rain Defense Troop, and my girlfriend, Bailey Davis.
Reed Roberts is going to shout out Laney Roberts playing a varsity volleyball game tonight against Leander. Let's hope they win if it's not already over.
Shout out to just my family and the Black Rain defense.
There you go. And, you know, they mentioned volleyball, and I would love to be a Cedar Park volleyball fan. I certainly, watch their scores. But Tuesday night and Friday night, we got football broadcast Tuesday and Friday. I never get to see a volleyball game.
Yeah, it's really hard. Poor Grims during the Grim era.
Yeah. My sister doing it. All right, look at a little bit of defensive stats here that I track at the team level. And I don't track tackles and assists and all that because my, interpretation of watching it on a film of who got a tackle on that player, who got assists, might be wildly different than the coaches who give it officially. So I don't have that, but I do have the team numbers. And listen to how the pass defense is improving. Against Vandegrift, we gave up 15 for 27. There was one pick, 249 yards and 5 touchdowns. They've only given up one more touchdown in the next 2 games through the air. And only 14 more completions. They have more completions given up to Vandy than they did to Cedar Ridge and Round Rock combined. Only 9 and then 5. So that number's going down from 15 to 9 to 5. Let's get to about 1 Friday night.
Love that.
That would sound great.
Oh, that would be great to do that to Darson.
And the yards were 249 to Vandy, 78 Cedar Ridge, 47 to Round Rock. So that's 125 yards passing in the last 2 games?
That's unbelievable.
In this day and age, that is unbelievable. Rushing allowed, that we could use a little better help. 196 to Vandy, 117 to Ridge, 270 to Round Rock. So we're giving up 4.7 yards a carry, and we need to put a stop to that. I think it'll get better in district play. We played teams that were historically good running teams. All 3 of those 6A teams were.
I mean, going into Round Rock, 12.8 yards per carry for McCoy Gay, and just being completely bottled up other than that 78-yarder, so they're down under 200 yards rushing off of that one, so I don't know.
Now,
we'll get it figured out.
Something we've tracked for years is opponents' positive yardage productivity. What we do is we track how many offensive snaps by the opponent go for 1 yard, 0 yards, or negative yardage. Historically, it's about 50%. Since we've been tracking it for 7 years, almost every year about 50%. We're down a little on that now, 39.8%. 41 rushing plays and sacks, resulting in a gain of 1 yard or less. 74 total opponent offensive snaps that gained 1 yard or less out of 186 total snaps. 39.8% of opponent offensive snaps, 1 yard or less. But most of that was against Vandy, because here's what the last 2 games have been. Against Cedar Ridge, 30 of 66, 1 yard or less, almost half of them. Round Rock, 22 of 54. So the last 2 games, 52 of 110 opponent snaps, 1 yard, 0 yard, or negative yards. That's almost 48%, which is back up near the 50% that the program's been for a long time.
Well, there's no other high school program that's tracking that stat. And so the fact that you can figure out how many times they're going to go 1 yard, no yards, or less, or negative, it's astonishing to know that the Black Rain has consistently been doing this for a decade.
All right, we're going to take another short break. When we return, more non-stop honking of the Cedar Park football horn right here from Santa Catarina on Timberwolf Night in America. This is the Vype Live Network.
Experience the difference at Toyota of Cedar Park, one of the Austin area's newest automobile dealerships. Their new vehicle department will always stock the newest Toyota models you need. The pre-owned vehicles they choose must each pass a rigorous inspection and be in tip-top shape before they make it to their lot or website for you to see. And if you're looking for budget-friendly Toyota certified used vehicles, they've got you covered, and you can rest easy knowing that the best new cars make the best used cars. That's Toyota of Cedar Park at toyotaofcedarpark.com.
Hey high schoolers, are you interested in a career in sports media? Vype can help. Launched in 2017, our Vype U Ambassador Program is a one-of-a-kind educational scholarship program that offers high school students a chance to gain hands-on experience in the sports media field. Vype U also gives students a platform to build their portfolio of creative work under the guidance of Vype's seasoned professionals. From covering games to publishing photos, writing articles, and conducting on-camera interviews, each Vype U ambassador receives an immersive experience geared toward their interests, while promoting their own school and preparing them for their future. Email info@vypemedia.com to find out more about Vype U today.
A premier real estate brokerage in Central Texas, Mungia Real Estate's innovative buy-sell process results in their listings selling faster than the Austin average. Their attention to clients sets Mungia apart from other brokerages with creative marketing strategies, savvy negotiation skills, and a commitment to hard work and excellent customer service. Whether it's residential, single-family, multifamily, condos, commercial, or vacant land, Mungia Real Estate knows the Austin market and connects buyers with sellers every day. And they do it with professionalism. Mungia Real Estate at 512-922-4267. Premier Real Estate brokerage in Central Texas. Mungia Real Estate's innovative buy-sell process.
Hey high schoolers, are you interested in a career in sports media? Vype can help. Launched in 2017, our Vype U Ambassador Program is a one-of-a-kind educational scholarship program that offers high school students a chance to gain hands-on experience in the sports media field. Vype U also gives students a platform to build their portfolio of creative work under the guidance of Vype's seasoned professionals. From covering games to publishing photos, writing articles, and conducting on-camera interviews, each Vype U ambassador receives an immersive experience geared toward their interests, while promoting their own school and preparing them for their future. Email info@vypemedia.com to find out more about Vype U today.
All right, welcome back. Episode 4 of Timberwolf Night in America for 2021, live from Santa Catarina. I'm Brad Cohn. He's Josh Willard, Josh Cargile, our QA tonight here on the Vype Network, bringing you all the stuff from right here in the heart of the 613. We've been talking with our guest Cedar Park linebackers and their coach Patrick Hayes. Now we're going to take a look at the offensive stats on the season before we get to some trivia. Rushing, Tyree Nicholson now the leading rusher, 39 carries, 103 yards, 2.64 yards per carries, 34.3 yards per game. A high total, Vandegrift, 23 for 76. Kevin Adams, 32 for 85, a 2.66 average and a touchdown. And he is a much better running back than that. We've got to find a way to get that running game unlimbered. Gavin Mundell, 7 for 26. Actually has the best average at 8.7. Josh Pell, 19 for 90 and a touchdown, but most of that's not called runs. Most of that is ad-libbing, being flushed from the pocket and doing it well. Passing, Gavin Bernard has been in a little bit. Vandy 1 for 2 with a pick, 9 yards. All the rest of it belongs to Josh Pell, who is 53 of 93, 5 interceptions, 4 touchdowns, 653 yards, 7.0 yards per attempt. You know, Ryder Hernandez's yards per attempt average was just in the high 7s. It's not too bad. Yards per game, 218. Completion percentage, 57 for Josh Pell on the season. Receiving, guess who's our leading receiver?
Oh, is it maybe Nick Grouillon?
Nick Grouillon, 24 catches. The next nearest is Carter Well with 9 rather. Nick, in those 24, has 367 yards, a 15.3 average.
God, that'd be so dope.
122.3 yards a game. You know, prior to about 5 or 6 years ago, we'd only had 7 receivers ever get 100 yards in a game.
Back
This
in
guy's 122.3 average a game.
Back in my day, we had about 15 guys carry the ball out of the backfield because we ran the spread offense, but with running the read option.
Yeah, you pass to run.
You know,
Like Coach Ross used to say.
God, dude, if I could just go back in a time machine and be younger and just get,
Well,
I just need 70 receptions.
That's
I would
what
be
we
so
all
happy.
get at one point
oh
or
my
another.
gosh, that'd be the life.
Nick has 3 of our 4 touchdown receptions. His first game against Vandy didn't really turn. He has 4 catches, 37 yards. But his next 2, 11 for 175 and 9 for 155. 1 touchdown against Ridge, 2 against Round Rock.
That gadget touchdown he did where he extended, that was awesome.
Yeah. Joseph Edwards, second leading receiver, 131 yards and 8 carries, a 16.4 yard per catch average, which is higher than Gruyon's. He's got our other touchdown catch, a high of 79 yards against Cedar Ridge. Carter Well, 9 for 72, an 8.0 average. Houston Molinaro, 3 for 36, a 12.0 average. Cody Marshall, 3 for 19. Grant Nichols, 3 for 22. Eli Lackey, Tyree Nicholson, Gavin Mundell, Kevin Adams all have 1 catch each.
Still more than me.
All right, our NEA questions. As we continue to attack Josh here.
God, this is the worst segment.
With 3 questions each Tuesday night that the National Education Agency in Washington says all high school seniors should know. Remember that, you seniors.
This is my 10-year anniversary, dudes.
You should know these.
I don't know if I got this still in my medulla.
Here are this week's 3 questions. Now, fair warning, this is actual information, not throwaway tripe, and has nothing to do with pop culture or how to load an app into your iPad. So here we go with tonight's 3 questions. Josh got 1 of 3 the first week, 2 of 3 the second and third weeks, for a total now 5 out of 9.
That's pretty good.
Pretty respectable.
Not that bad. Not that bad.
All right, here's the first
a little
one.
removed from school, so
Here's
it's all
the
good.
first one. Name the 4 slave states that did not secede to the Confederacy in the Civil War.
Right, correct. That would have been, yeah, that would have,
Hawaii.
No, I wasn't going there yet. That's a lifeline. We'll go with, oh gosh. It was, those ones right there.
Yeah, those ones right there.
Right. West Virginia's one.
Well, no, they weren't a state yet.
Oh, they were still
broke off
Virginia.
from Virginia.
Okay, you see, that's why, it's been a while. Well,
Any stabs?
Oh, gosh. Right, that did not secede.
Did not secede, but they were slave states.
There was 4 of them?
4 of them.
I thought everybody did it as a unit, like all for
slave
one for all.
Seceded to the Confederacy. These decided to stay with the
Missouri?
Union. Missouri's one of them.
That's right. I knew that.
5 seconds.
Kentucky.
Kentucky's one. 3 seconds.
God, yeah, I don't have it.
But you got 2 of them.
I don't have it.
Delaware and Maryland.
Those are not real states.
Question 2.
I mean, can you tell me anything from
We've
Delaware?
got counties in Texas bigger than Delaware.
Yeah. What is that?
All right, second question. Which countries speak German as their main language?
That's definitely Germany.
Yeah?
Germany.
Yeah? That's 1.
I'm going to say there's a total of 4. Can I name them?
That's close. There's 5.
Okay, see, I don't want to have to name them.
Okay. Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Luxembourg, and Liechtenstein.
There's literally no way they would have answered that.
Well, they're supposed to. NEA says seniors are taught these things.
Dude.
If they're following the curriculum.
School is hard.
All right, last one. What's the 4th planet from the sun?
Mercury, Venus, Earth. Mars!
Mars.
It's
So
all
you
about,
got 1.5.
That's all about the song.
Got 1.5.
Shout out Miss Venable, 9th grade science at biology, Cedar Park High School.
See why you got that one? All right. Again, the National Education Agency says all American high school seniors should know all of these facts. All right, trivia time for real now. Some warm-up trivia just to kind of get the blood going, Josh.
Love it.
Whose best 2 receiving yards games produced the highest total? Nick Gruyon's or Gunnar Abzek's? Think of each of them their best 2 receiving yards games added together. Which one of their best 2 receiving yards totals are higher?
Love Gunnar. Had it on receptions, but it's definitely Nick.
It is Nick, but it's just barely. Here's the numbers. Gunner's best 2 games were 153 versus San Angelo Central in 19, 176 versus Vets Memorial in 20 for 329 yards.
God.
Nick's best 2 games were Cedar Ridge and Round Rock with 175 and 155 for 330, 1 yard better than Gunner.
An absolute liability on your fantasy lineup if he's in the reserves.
Yeah. All right, who's Cedar Park's all-time interception leader?
Rhino.
Ryan Roberts, which not related to our young man in front of us. Tama Alzer or Lane Waller?
Oh, it's Rhino.
Roberts had 9 in 09 and 10.
Do not tell me this is wrong.
Alzer also had 9 in 17, 18, and 19.
He was a punter.
Lane Waller in 12 and 13 had 12. It's Lane Waller.
What? Did he have the ceiling interception in the 2012 state championship?
Wow.
He had one, I think, at the very end of the game.
I think so. I think he's the one who got it. That was his final 12th.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
All right, we mentioned earlier that since we've been tracking this stat starting with the 05 season, Cedar Park is now 148 and 5 when leading going into the fourth quarter, having lost a fourth quarter lead to Round Rock. When was the last time the Timberwolves held the lead going into the fourth quarter before that and lost? Ooh. When was the last time Cedar Park held a lead going into the fourth quarter and lost?
God. Was it Ryder's junior year or sophomore? Neither?
Neither.
Neither?
Neither.
Aye.
Also neither.
Aye. This definitely was on the hands of Ryan Fiala. Sorry. Didn't mean to throw you under the bus.
It's actually on the hands of Amir Alzer. McLean Stadium in 2014, just like Round Rock, led 17-14 going into the fourth. Alito scored a touchdown with 1:03 left, and we lost 21-17.
Shout out Alzer's Barbecue.
All right, we're going to play our brand new trivia game with the linebackers tonight. It's called Josh Willard, right or wrong. So I'm going to ask Josh some trivia questions about Cedar Park football. He'll answer, and then I'm going to ask our players to decide. You guys decide who's the microphone person, or you can pass it around. Decide whether his answer is right or wrong. So there are several ways each question can be scored. If Josh gets it right, he gets a point. If he gets it wrong, no point. If the players correctly call whether he's right or wrong, they get a point. If they're wrong about that judgment, no point.
Whoa. Why did the captain move over here? Come on now. Hey now.
So for each question, both could get 0 points. One side could get 1 while the other got none, or both could get a point. There are going to be 9 questions. All right, so last time they were true or false. This week they're all multiple choice. Everybody likes better.
Well, thank you, Brad.
So here we go, Josh. Question number 1. The 2020 team last year graduated 4 of the best receivers this program's ever seen. 2 of them playing now at Colorado and Baylor.
R.I.P.
And that departing receiver corps took a lot of receiving yards with them. How many total receiving yards returned with the 2021 receiving corps? Was it 371, 173, or 0?
0.
It was 0? Is that your answer?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, is he right or wrong?
You
don't have to give the right answer. You just got to say whether his is right or wrong. You got the easier job. Whoa.
Hey-o.
Try again.
We think he's wrong.
Think he's wrong. He's actually right. I heard you all talking about, but Kevin had. But remember, the question was receiving core. He's a running back.
Receiving core, dude.
Gotta listen.
Just like that. That's all there is to it.
So you were right with the 0, and you were right that Kevin had receiving yards, but that wasn't really the question. Okay, number 2.
No participation trophies here on Trivia Night.
Of course, everyone knows about all the program records set by the departed Ryder Hernandez. So, like the receiving yards question, how many passing yards did Cedar Park return from 2021? Was it 212, 104, or 53?
God. Dude, Pell was pretty sneaky last year.
He had a great completion percentage.
Lethal with the run. I'm going to go with the latter. I'm going to go with the 200 number.
The 212? Is he right or wrong, guys? Pell coming into the season with 212? Wrong. You are correct that he is wrong. He went 14 for 19, but only 104 yards.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? I've forgotten to be keeping score over here. Let's see. Josh got a point in the first one. You guys missed a point, but you got a point here, and Josh did not. So we're tied at 1-1. All right.
It happens.
This season, we've already had a defensive score, we mentioned it, with Reed Vines in his 25-yard scoop and score against Cedar Ridge. How many defensive or return team scores did we see last season? Was it 8, 6, or 4?
Shelby Battles had what, 2?
I don't remember.
Luke Taylor might have got mixed in there.
Numbers of them.
Let's go. Okay, it was multiple choice.
8, 6, or 4.
Ooh, okay.
One of
even
those is
numbers.
correct.
I can work with even numbers. All right. We're going to go 6, baby.
6. Is he right or
Let
wrong?
it ride. Let it ride.
Turn it up. They didn't.
I know. It's a little reverb. You just got to put it right next to your mouth.
We think he's right.
Thank you. Thank you for the support.
You're both wrong. It was 8. Cody Marshall, 31-yard touchdown interception versus Anderson. Jake McAnally, 30-yard touchdown interception return also versus Anderson. Luke Taylor, Josh Bretz, Javion Mays with a safety against Leander. Hunter Hewitt with an 18-yard touchdown fumble return against Peterborough. The Maynard deep
That was
snapper
the best
sent
call
the
of
ball
my
out of the
career.
end zone for
Hunter
safety.
Hewitt.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was awesome.
Luke Taylor, 25-yard interception return versus San Antonio Veterans Memorial. Tristan Hervey, 92-yard touchdown kickoff return versus Richmond Foster.
Oh, that felt so good against
There were
Foster.
a school record
That
2
felt good.
safeties against Corpus Christi's version of Veterans Memorial when they committed a holding penalty in the end zone for one and sent a punt snap out of the end zone for the other. So 8 of them.
Wow.
So nobody scored on that one.
Electric.
Okay.
Electric.
To question number 4. Michael Quintero is the 5th ever Cedar Park head football coach. Of the other 4, who has coached the most games at Cedar Park? Is it founding coach Mark Weaver, Chris Ross, or Carl Absett?
You know, I miss Carl. God, but Chris Ross was here from 05?
05.
Through about, I don't know, the best team ever to play at Cedar Park, my senior class.
Yeah.
That was around 2010. I'm going to go Chris Ross.
All right, he says it's Chris Ross has coached more games for Cedar Park than any other head coach. Is he right or wrong?
Wrong.
He's wrong. Actually, he's right.
I am always right. Come on.
Mark Weaver, our founding coach, coached 65 games in 6 seasons, 99 through 04. Chris Ross coached 84 games in 7 seasons, 5 through 11. Carl Absett coached 81 games in 6 seasons from 15 through 20. All right, question number 5.
Still too soon.
Yeah. Who coached the Timberwolves in the most playoff games?
Playoffs?
Was it Chris Ross, Joe Willis, or Carl Absett?
Hmm.
Who coached the Timberwolves in the most playoff games?
Sadly, my team didn't make it to state.
Very sadly.
Very sadly. I'm going to go with Coach Absett.
Coach Absett.
Yeah, I'm going to go Coach Absett. Final answer.
Chris Ross coached only 12 playoff games.
Wait, what about the guys?
4 of
Joe
them.
Willis. Oh, wait. Did you right or wrong?
You said Absec, right?
Said Absett.
Right.
All right.
Absexy.
We think he's right.
Absexy.
Okay. Ross coached only 12 playoff games, which doesn't seem right. It seems like there's more.
4 of them with me.
Yeah. Coach Willis coached 15 in just 3 years.
Ooh.
But Carl Absett coached him in 23.
Gar.
So ding, ding, ding. Everybody
I
gets
love the
points.
Price is Right. I love that.
3-2.
Never gets old. It's coming to the HB
Josh
Center.
lead 3-2. All right. Next question, number 5. Who coached the Timberwolves? Oh, excuse me, got that the wrong one. Number 6. Now let's look at the coaching the most playoff wins.
Ooh.
Was it Chris Ross, Joe Willis, or Carl Absett?
I'm going to have to go Joe Willis.
Joe Willis, is he right or wrong?
He's wrong.
He's saying he's wrong. He
I mean, I
says
don't-
Willis.
Whoa.
They say he's wrong. Coach Ross went 7-5. Willis went 13-2. Absek went 18-5. He is right.
Wow.
Josh gets the point.
I got it right. I still thought I had it wrong, so that's good.
Then why'd you say it?
I got to get my winning
4-2. Josh leads with 3 questions to go.
Love it.
They can still catch you and pass you.
They were right.
Oh, who did you say? I thought you said it was.
I said Coach Willis.
Oh, then I've got to do the way around. That means that the game is tied. Thank you for pointing that out, guys, and being alert.
Thank you, Brad Boschel, for being a spotter not only on Friday nights, but also here tonight.
3 questions to go. All right. Which player got the most rushing yards in a single season at Cedar Park? Brian Hogan, Rupert Edwards, Quentin Smith, or Corey Washington?
Brian Hogan, my quarterback one is not the answer. It's going to have to be Q.
Quentin Smith. All right. Was he right, guys? Quentin Smith? Most rushing yards at Cedar Park?
We think he's right.
For a career. They think he's right. Hogan had 1673. Edwards, 1751. Quentin, 1760. Corey Washington at 1896 in 2004.
Corey Washington ain't about that.
Yeah,
he did not do that.
He did that year. We had 2,000.
Dang it.
Listen, these two numbers were the same year. Rupert Edwards was 1751 and Corey Washington was 1896. What's that, 35, almost 3,600 rushing yards between two guys?
When I was in middle school.
No wonder we went to the regional finals.
That was the Cedar Park football we watched.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous.
That's it. So I think nobody with a point there, right?
Over 4,000 yards rushing.
He said Quentin and you agreed, right? So nobody got a point on that one.
That's a fair trade.
Until I researched this and put this together, I would have sworn it was Quentin too. I didn't realize that Washington had the most single season.
He had the most touchdowns.
One of the things we'll have to deal with this season is that every team we played in district last year got spanked severely. They will all remember those scores. What was the average margin of victory in 2020 in district games for Cedar Park? Was it 29.3, 33.3, or 42.3 points per game?
God. Let's go with B, the middle. I don't remember.
33.3?
Love it. Let's let it ride.
What do you think, guys? Is that right or wrong answer?
We think he's wrong.
Think he's wrong. He says 33.3. They think that's wrong. We scored 390 points in 7 district games, average of 55.7 a game. We allowed just 91, which is an average of 13. The average margin, 42.3. Point for the players, Josh.
So wait, I don't know who won. Oh, dang it. Dadgum, dude.
They lead with 1 question to go by 1 point. Here is that question.
Give me a good one.
You might know this one.
I might.
Since midway through the 2014 season, that's 6.5 years ago, spanning 42 games, Cedar Park has lost how many district games? 1, 2, or 3? In the last 6.5 years, since midway through 2014.
Midway?
No, since halfway through 2014.
So one of those was for sure Chase Griffin.
1, 2, or 3 losses in district for Cedar Park. 6.5 years to this moment.
Jake, help me out. Come on.
He wants to beat you.
I need a lifeline over here. 1, 2, or 3. It's 2. It's a no-brainer.
Now, do you guys know how to win this game? Do you know the strategy? What did you say it was?
It was 2.
It was 2. Is he right or wrong?
We think he's right.
Thank you.
And you're both wrong. It was 1. That Hutto game, the one that you mentioned, was Griffin.
All right.
It's the only loss.
Side note, so glad that Hutto is renovating their stadium. About time. That was the worst.
Terrible experience for us.
It was raining the whole game.
So 4-3, final score. The linebackers with the win. Good job, guys.
Solid win, boys.
It's to it. That's all there is to it. A winner.
All right, now it's time for a preview of Georgetown, or as we call it in the media, Georgetown.
Dude, I cannot tell you how badly I want y'all to stick it to Georgetown. Oh, we'll get into it.
All right, we're going to cede most of this to Coach Hayes here in a minute because he's going to tell us from the defensive and linebacker perspective. But I'm going to give a little background first. For years, the Cedar Park-Georgetown encounter has been a sort of a one-way rivalry, the kind where one side thinks it's a fierce rivalry and the other thinks it's just the next game. That latter party has been us, since losses are what makes a rival for you, and Georgetown rarely has beaten Cedar Park. The teams have met 15 times over a 19-year span. They were in the same 6A district together from 02 through 09, separated from 10 to 13, back together in the same 5A district again now since 2014. Cedar Park is 13-2 all time against the Eagles and has not lost to them since falling 21-17 in 2008, 13 years ago. So nobody, including all these guys here, nobody playing in this game Friday for either team was even in the public school system yet the last time the Eagles beat the Timberwolves.
That's cute.
Cedar Park won the first 5 clashes, lost 2 in a row in 07 and 8, and has won 8 straight since. Not that some of those wins weren't close things. 2 of our greatest comebacks ever came on the floor of the GUP against very good Georgetown teams. In 2014, we were down 14-0 halfway through the second quarter, doing nothing well on either side of the ball, being outgained 179-54 at the moment, when Georgetown started gobbling yardage again, was about to shove it in for a 21-0 lead, and probably ice the game. This is a Cedar Park team that went into that game 2-2 and had lost its first district game the week before, 23-0 to a Dripping Springs team that hadn't won a district game in over 2 years. And at that moment, things looked pretty bleak. Were we going to fall to 2-3 and 0-2 in district halfway through the season? And then one of our best linebackers ever, Thomas Hutchings, stepped in front of a pass and raced 73 yards to the end zone. That play not only changed that game 180 degrees to a 31-28 win, but it also turned the entire 2014 season around. Cedar Park would go 10-1 in its next 11 games and cruise into the state championship game. Unfortunately, they fell on a long touchdown pass with seconds left. Still too soon to talk about that one.
Tahoe.
The other great comeback was in 2017 when our outstanding senior quarterback Max Sexton went down with a career-ending leg injury while tying the game on a short touchdown sneak, 7-7 in the first quarter. Georgetown then reeled off a safety, a touchdown pass, another safety, another touchdown pass, and a field goal before halftime to take a 27-7 lead. In the second half, new quarterback Ryan Fiala led an incredible charge that included 2 touchdown passes and a 70-yard pick six by Cole Holland. God. And the Timberwolves completed what remains the largest comeback in school history, overcoming a 20-point deficit to win 28-27.
Got it.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, got to get Cole Holland back on here.
Yeah.
Greatest play ever.
Maybe we can get him in sometime. So, because of that kind of stuff, Georgetown hates us. And what's weird is that all the tight games with them have come at home, at our place, the GUP. The average margin of victory in Georgetown is 29 points. How do we do that? In the last 2 seasons, they haven't even gotten within 3 touchdowns of us. But all that, as they say, and as a coach will tell you, is water under the bridge. This year's Georgetown team has picked to finish in the playoff money at 4th in our district, but like us, they've stumbled a bit out of the gate also with that 1-2 record. They dropped their home opener to 6A Belton 35-31. They won on the road at Copper's Cove 63-39. Then they fell at home to Liberty Hill 17-13. So, Coach, grab the mic. Tell us from a point of view of linebacker coaching, what are our keys going to be defensively Friday night?
Georgetown comes out with a lot of different formations, a lot of different motions. That's kind of their MO on offense. And, we spent the past 2 weeks just working on communication and understanding, like, where our fits, who do we have in man coverage. We have to be able to play zone and man. We have to know who we have to cover. The quarterback's the guy from last year, so, you guys saw him. He's a good big kid. He's a good, big player. We do think our advantage is up front with our D-line and linebackers against their O-line. A couple different running backs, they like to go out there, and they've got 2 good receivers that they play. Just exotic on offense to try to trick you. As long as we do what we're supposed to do, we should be in the right place to make a lot of plays.
So is our pass rush going to try to contain Oldorp or rush him to sack him?
No, we want to get after him.
Good, I like it that way.
Yeah, I like him too. Get him off his spot, and that's the beauty of the Black Rain, and especially with this defensive line, going with 3 defensive down linemen, these linebackers have an opportunity to clean up the mess and make some great open field tackles.
All right, Josh, any final comments before we close it down?
I thought you never ask. I don't think you understand how big the rivalry is between Georgetown and Cedar Park, but it's awesome. And you guys have created the biggest target on your back because of how well y'all did last season. So no, coming out of district right out of the gate, you've got a team that's got firepower, and that can definitely test you guys. So this is going to be on your linebacking core, your defensive backs, like Coach is saying. That communication is going to be key this week. But have fun. We're going to their stadium. Yeah. We're going to their stadium, and it's an opportunity to shh the crowd.
Yeah.
That's the best feeling on the planet, when you can shh the crowd. We did it to the 2010 Lake Travis team at their.
Oh boy, did we!
Went undefeated in district, and they went boo-hoo-hoo. They cried on the last district game. We ended up losing to them by 1 point in the 4th round. But that's neither here nor there. You have an opportunity to really to put your stamp on the start of this district race, and just really pulling for you guys, because this linebacking core is special. Y'all fly around, y'all make plays in the backfield, but you drop back in coverage and you help out a lot. So just super proud of you guys, and hope nothing but the best for y'all.
All right, once again, the Booster Club sponsors this year and the sponsors of this program as well: Toyota of Cedar Park, HEB, Rudy's Barbecue, Mungia Real Estate, Army Ant Moving. Our touchdown sponsor is TJ Lewis Real Estate, Owlser's Barbecue, Wofford Bank, and Santa Catarina Mexican Restaurant. Okay, that's it for our 4th episode of Timberwolf Night in America for the 21 season. Friday night's the district opener on the road at Georgetown. A 14-game district winning streak is on the line. Kickoff, 7 o'clock at Birkelbach Stadium. Our pregame show, 6:45. I'll have the play-by-play. Josh here with color and the camera. Cecil with technical production and additional commentary. Our thanks to our guests tonight, linebackers and their coach, Patrick Hayes, Charlie Glenn, Ethan Becker, Brady Elford, Jake McAnally, Reed Roberts. Next week, we'll have the offensive line. For our QA, Josh Cargile, my own personal Chris Collingsworth, Josh Willard, Brad Cohn here signing off. You've been listening to Timberwolf Night in America on the Vype Live Network.